So my name is Tanisha and I do a couple different things. My happiness in life comes from my Mary Kay business, and then because with that I get to just spend time with women, bless them, and make them feel good about themselves. And then the other part of my life and what I do is that I work 40 to 60 hours a week with a telecommunications company, a major telecommunications company, and I'm doing system support and analysis, and it's not a whole lot of fun, so that's what I do. So in my business life prior to hiring a coach, I am working my full-time job where I don't get a whole lot of fulfillment, and so I was trying to figure out something else. I have my Mary Kay business, and sales have been pretty stagnant over the past few months, and team building just has not been happening, and so I've been looking for something to kind of help me change directions and get things going with my business. Right, so the defining moment for me in deciding to hire a coach was when I did the 7 questions in 7 minutes. It completely opened my eyes. I'd never given much thought to my retirement. I figured I would kind of deal with it when I got there, kind of like everybody else does. Because I think that's what everybody else does. I have my 401k and there's Social Security, which I know isn't much anymore, but still that's what I figured. And so when I ran those numbers with Nate and saw what I would need to live comfortably, it was kind of alarming. It was scary and not exciting at all. So that was a defining moment, and for me it gave me a sense of urgency. Like, I think that retirement is so far off. I'm 41 and I was thinking 65, but it's really not that far. 20 years is really not that far away. So I started thinking with a sense of urgency that I needed to make things happen sooner rather than later. So the results I expect when working with a coach, for me, I expect to learn more about myself. I expect that to happen through kind of like guided discovery. So somebody who's going to ask me questions and let me figure out the answers for myself. I expect that I'm going to learn new skills and maybe develop new habits through this guided discovery that are going to help me discover where I'm getting stuck and how to move past those areas where I'm getting stuck. Looking for in a coach is somebody who's going to help me learn how to think differently, not somebody who's going to tell me what to do, because if I'm being told what to do, then I'm actually not learning for myself. And then I'm also looking for somebody who's going to push and challenge me, because again, if I'm stuck in my way of doing things, if they're not going to push me, then I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, and it's not going to move me forward. So I first consulted with Nate because of feedback that I had seen about his book. Somebody that I really admire and respect had posted something on Facebook that just was raving about the book, and so since she liked it so much, I figured I needed to check it out for myself. And so I went to his website and was going through various testimonials about different programs that he offered, and everything was just extremely positive and just really piqued my interest. So that led to me ordering the book for the very first book that I ordered, and then which led to me having my first consultation with him. And again, that first consultation it opened my eyes. It was the 7 questions in 7 minutes, and it made me think of things different in my life that I hadn't thought of before. And then after that, the subsequent coaching moments that we had, I was able to pick up little nuggets and see where I was thinking things that weren't necessarily beneficial to me, weren't going to help me in achieving the things that I wanted to with my business. And so I just noticed myself thinking differently after conversations that I had. Whether or not to go on a specific trip that was going to benefit me or my business, whether or not to make a purchase or something that was going to benefit me, it just really opened my eyes to how I was thinking about things. And so after I had that initial consultation with him, I pretty much told every single person that I knew about those 7 questions in 7 minutes, and shared with them my experience and how exciting it was for me, and they were excited from it. And so I would kind of run their numbers with them, and even people who were kind of skeptical, I changed up my numbers, even from thinking of what my big grand number was that I wanted to be comfortable into what I'm making even now, which is much less than what my goal is or my dream is. And even that number that I'm making now is unrealistic with my current life plan that I have going on. So again, it was that initial consultation that just blew me away. I saw the value of working with Nate within the first 10 minutes of speaking with him. He opened my eyes just that quickly into what my situation was and where I was headed if I didn't make a change. The coaching sessions that I've had with him have really helped me to think differently. And when he's asking me a series of questions, if I'm stuck or if I don't get it, if I don't figure it out, he's patient with me. He kind of figures out a way to ask different questions to get me to open my mind and to figure the answer out for myself, which is great. Also, when that light bulb goes off, when you realize where you're thinking differently, or where you're stuck in your thoughts, or where your belief is limited, and you are able to overcome that belief or that thought process and change it, it's a pretty great feeling. And that's where I think that's where you see the value and the benefit, is because if you're not able to get there on your own, you have somebody that's able to guide you through it. That's, like I said, it's a great feeling. So if somebody is considering hiring Nate as a coach, I would tell them to first start with his 7 questions in 7 minutes. That's going to be an eye-opening experience for most people. And once they finish that and they have their results, if what they see or what the results are, if their current life plan they don't see it getting them to that goal and to that level, then they need to really think about what they want to do. That's going to be the clue as to whether or not to hire him as a coach. If their plan is going to get them there, then fine. But most people I know, their path that they're on right now, it has them going nowhere near that goal or where they want to be. And so that's going to be where you're going to have to make that decision on whether or not you're going to keep doing things the way you're doing and expecting no change, or if you want to actually do something that's going to give you an opportunity to make that change in your life.